Yeah, it's bigger than my apartment.
Welcome back to Adam Drives LA, where I drive the coolest cars on LA's most iconic roads. Today, I have something special for you. It is not the ocean behind me. It is not the new hairstyle. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we have the brand new, totally redesigned Ford F-150. This is the Powerboost, which makes this a hybrid, the very first hybrid F-150 in its entire 14 generations of existence. That is right, they've had 14 generations of this. Let's not waste any time. There are so many features to go over. We're gonna jump right in.
We're in the new F-150. Now I'm going to spend the majority of my time talking about the interior and the features, but let's get a few of the very important things out of the way first. This has the 3.5 liter Powerboost V6, again full hybrid. This is the first hybrid F-150 in 14 generations. That 3.5 liter Powerboost produces 430 horsepower and an astronomical 570 pound-feet of torque thanks to the electric motors. 0 to 60 is in 5.4 seconds, and in a drag race, this is faster than the current SVT Raptor, not the upcoming one that has just been announced. So move over Dodge Ram. The new F-150 takes best-in-class payload, which is 2,300 pounds, and best-in-class towing capacity, which is 12,700 pounds, which means you can essentially pull a 30-foot Airstream in the back, or 3 cars you can tow with a full-size pickup truck. With all of that out of the way, let's jump right into the interior. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is Ford has improved all of the materials. Anything you see that looks like wood is real wood, and it looks amazing in this black interior. You go up top, you're going to see the leather all over the top, very soft leather. That orange stitching that runs through the entire interior, you'll see more of it, and it looks amazing. Let's start with the door. First thing you notice is the Bang & Olufsen speaker, and you're going to see a lot of storage. You'll see more of the wood. You'll see this leather trim with the orange around it. Now back to the Bang & Olufsen speaker. You will find speakers all over this car. You'll find them on the A-pillar. You'll find them above you. You will even find them on the headrest on your seats. How amazing is that? Moving along from the door, you get to what Ford calls their productivity screen. This is essentially your center dash, and it is massive, 12 inches. Remember, Ram is excited about their big 12-inch screen in the center, their infotainment screen, their main screen. This is the dash in front of you. This has a full digital 12-inch screen. Your RPMs are even digital. Everything digital. I don't mind it at all because, again, this is not a true performance car. This is something that you just need information given to you. Through the steering wheel, you can go through some of the settings, and it gives you a lot of information to go through your oil life, your tire pressure, anything you need that tells you about your car, the idle hours, engine hours spent. Everything you need is there. And as you go through the dial for the drive modes, which is down here on my right, you will see on the screen, it goes through all of them. It looks cool. It's a very crisp, very high resolution screen. And of course, because this has the FX4 off-road package, you do get rock crawl mode as well. Now, moving away from the steering wheel, you're gonna go over to the main infotainment screen. Check this out. If I pull over and I put this truck into reverse, you have your rear view camera, but look, you can take up the entire screen. Look at the size of that rear view camera, high resolution as always from Ford. Of course, you have your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto. You also have a split screen here, so you can have your map, you can have the music, and as you switch through on the smaller screen, if you find something that's more important, just click it and they switch places. You get the big screen for whatever you were looking at in the small screen. You'll notice around the infotainment screen, there are absolutely 0 blank switches. I have to thank Ford of Santa Monica for hooking me up with such a nice example of the new F-150. This is the Platinum Edition, and it has the FX4 off-road package. So let's move below that. You have your climate controls down here. Of course, pretty generic, but it's nice. You do have a digital dial for everything, dual zone. You have your heated steering wheel. You have your heated and cooled seats, both sides. In the rear, you also have heated seats. Now below the climate controls, things start to get very interesting. Of course, you have a sliding door that opens up and shows you the wireless charging pad for your phone, and then a couple of USB ports. It's pretty deep, so you can use that as storage too. Then you've got your big shift lever, nothing exciting to talk about yet. The cup holders next to it, massive cup holders, your beautiful armrest with the leather treatment, the platinum badge, and more cup holders behind it for the rear passengers. Now check this out. Ford knows you're going to use this truck as a work truck, so sometimes you may need to work on your laptop, you may need to do some paperwork. Watch this. The armrest folds out flat so that you can use it as a desk basically, but the shifter is in the way, so it is not allowed to fold down flat. Now watch this. Ford thought about that. There's a button you press, the shifter actually folds down automatically for you to have a flat desk, and when you need it to come back with the push of a button, you're back to normal. And if you're not using the armrest for that, you can always open it up and you basically have a spare bedroom in there. For more evidence that Ford's intended use for this is to be a work truck, we're gonna move over to the seats. First things first, of course, they have massaging seats, heated and cooled seats I already showed you. There's speakers in the headrest. First thing I noticed when I got in is this extra flap on the front of the seat. That pulls out a little bit just to kind of sit you more upright. I like that. If you pull it all the way forward and let it go, it goes back to its regular position. The seats are very comfortable. Now the coolest thing, they know after you have your lunch or work on your laptop on the flat folding armrest, you're gonna want to take a nap. Now check this out. These are completely folding flat seats. I have sped up the footage a little bit. It takes a while to get completely flat, but when they do, it is straight, completely flat. This is a bed, and frankly, this could be used as a bedroom. At this point, let's jump into the rear seats for a quick glance. Of course, it's very roomy. The seats are gorgeous. Now, under the seats, you have a lot of storage. This folds away as well. Once you fold the seats down, you'll notice in the center, you've got your heated seats for the rear, and you do have some power options down there, more USB. Now, speaking of the power, let's jump into the cargo area where we are gonna talk a lot about why they call this truck a complete mobile generator. Of course, you notice it's closed on top, so you don't see the entire bed. The tailgate opens automatically and closes automatically, which you can do halfway in through the key fob. Once the tailgate is open, of course, you have your step that pulls out and you can use your handrail to walk on up. Ford just makes it so easy. They have the best tailgate in the entire truck industry. Now with the tailgate open, you notice, of course, again, this is a worker's truck. You have measurements all over built into the tailgate. You do have a little stand for your iPad or maybe your phone. And then next to it, of course, you have your bottle opener because those lunch breaks can get boring. Of course, that only doubles as a bottle opener. Its intended use is to strap things down. So let's talk about why they call this thing a mobile generator. So next to the license plate, of course, you got a couple of power outlets. This is for when you're towing, to plug in the lights and things like that. Not that exciting. Every truck should have something like this. But once you go inside the bed, check this out. Look at this configuration. You have 7.2 kilowatts of power in here. You can power a laser printer. You can bring your TV out here. I mean, this really is just a studio apartment on wheels. That is all thanks to this being a hybrid. It's using the power, the juice from the electric motor. It replenishes itself. Again, this is not a plug-in hybrid. You don't have to plug this thing in. It really takes care of itself. It gives a ton of power. That 7.2 kilowatts is the top rated. That is an option. There are lower amounts. There's, I believe, a 2.5, and then there's one below that for the non-hybrid options. Now, this is the 4x4 Super Cruise, so overall, it is just massive in here. There is so much space. Like I said, it just feels like a studio apartment. All right, with the interior and the important features out of the way, let's talk a little bit about that engine. 570 torque, 430 horsepower. Let's feel it here. Oh man, it is a lot of power. I mean, it's impressive. It's not as explosive as you would think for 570 torque. And again, that is not what it's meant for. It's meant to really be able to pull and to tow. That 12,700 towing capacity, best in class. That's what it's meant for. But this is going to be faster than any V8 option that you can have on the new F150. The steering wheel is fairly light, and I think I like that because when you're in a truck that's this big and this heavy and this capable, it's very intimidating. So having things like a lighter steering wheel really kind of helps, makes this feel like a little bit of a lighter, less intimidating truck. Now I noticed that the power, when you do floor it, that 10-speed auto does take a minute to shift. It's a little bit slow, but when it kicks in, it is gone. I mean, 5.4 0 to 60 for a full-size truck is totally ludicrous. You know, the thing I love most about any pickup truck, especially this one, is the visibility. It's so open, you just feel open air, but you're in your own little space. And of course, the visibility is complemented with these drops in the window here. It's a little bit less severe than the previous F-150, but I think every truck that's high up really needs this. It really makes you feel like you're more in an enclosed, higher up, elevated, kind of safe place. So let's talk about pricing. You can potentially get into one of these with the hybrid at about $43,000 or so. This truck that I'm currently in, of course, fully loaded. This has the Platinum package, the FX4 off-road. It has everything but a sunroof, as I mentioned, has a total price tag on the sticker of about $75,000. If you do go up to the limited package, I believe you can push the price to about $80,000, which sounds crazy, but I mean, the amount of features and the amount of capability you get in a truck like this, I mean, who's to say it's not worth $80,000? Now, do I believe you should buy one of these? Well, I'll answer your question by telling you this. Ford of Santa Monica told me they have currently only the one right now of the hybrid F-150, and they get calls from every state in the US, people asking to have it shipped to them immediately, ready to buy. They are going to hand select who they want to sell this truck to because there is so much demand. They will be receiving more, but not every Ford dealership gets them. Ford of Santa Monica kills it with the Mach-E, with the Mustangs, and with the F-150 hybrid. They are receiving more, but they're basically hand selecting who will get one of these because there is so much demand. So whether I believe you should get one or not is irrelevant. Of course, I do think if you want a worker's truck, a dream truck, this is it. I don't know what more you can ask for. Of course, the price is steep, but every truck, everything in the industry has just improved so much over the past 20 years. They're all in this type of price range. You're not going to be able to beat it. You're not going to get a used older truck with anywhere near the capabilities of this one. So call Ford of Santa Monica and tell them I want the fastest non-Raptor F-150 that's ever been made. With all that said, that wraps up yet another video. I'm going to go back and break the lease to my apartment a little bit early and move into one of these. There's a lot more features, way more capability, and a little bit more space. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for watching. If you've not already subscribed to the channel, please do so now. Scroll down, smash the like button, help me with the YouTube algorithm. You're not following me on Instagram, please do so. The handle is AdamDrivesLA, just like the name of the channel. That's where I post behind the scenes content, things you won't see on my YouTube channel, and some contests and giveaways. But again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next car.